Hello everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to jump right into your reading. And wow, we've had some intense energy here lately. Let's see what we get, what's going on today. I am open to receiving all and any messages that are in Pisces, highest and best good spirit. Here we go. What messages does Pisces need right now? What message does Pisces need right now? What message does Pisces need right now? Okay. Gosh, you guys, I gotta put some glasses on for this. All right. Wow. Well, I love this. We have a good outcome card at the bottom of the deck. It's a 15 card and it just says good outcome. We have the Siren card. We have get together. We have court. And we have woe. Okay. Pisces, I don't know. Some of you may be a lawyer, may be dealing with a lawyer, may be dating a lawyer. I don't know. I just got that. Possibly someone even in law enforcement. Something like that. I also got court as in like, I know this card doesn't mean this, but it came to me when it flipped over. Court, like around a king and a queen, how they have court. Like, it's interesting. You may be an invited person because you have this get together card right next to it. It's giving me the possibility that you may be an invited guest to something that is about some other people. Like, for example, a wedding, a graduation, a birthday party, something, you know, and you're like an invited guest and you're among the invited guests. So you may meet someone that's an invited guest. Like you're part of the court. Like I'm even getting, like there could be an official building involved. Like, I don't know. You know, this could even be like, I don't know. Like for some reason I'm also getting the 4th of July, which I don't know how that really relates because, you know, I don't know. But it's kind of, I like, golly, I'm just seeing like the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial with like fireworks. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates. It's going to be different for everyone, but it feels like you're at some type of celebration for something else or for someone else. And you're part of the like audience of it, or, you know, the celebrators of it, rather than the celebratees of it. And it feels like you get together. I feel like you're looking really attractive. I feel like you're calling a lot of really positive energy and like different opportunities. It does even feel a little bit like fairy tale-ish, bookish, historical fiction-ish. I don't know how to really describe this, but it's like, I don't know if you're a reader and this is something, it's kind of like, it like what you would say afterward is it was kind of like out of a book. kind of energy. It's very strange here. Not strange. There's a good outcome. You may be coming out of something that made you really sad because you have this woe card here. I feel like I'm going to clarify it, but it's like I almost feel like you're tired of feeling sad, or you're tired of waiting on something. For some of you, you could have been waiting for someone to get official news from court, or like you may be waiting for someone to get divorced, or you may be waiting for something and it just seems like it doesn't happen and you're perpetually waiting, or like something that's out of your hands or out of your control, but you're waiting for something official. And it just, it's like you are looking for some kind of distraction to this, or you are I don't know. It's like, it's time for change. It's time for something else to happen. The good outcome card on the bottom, it even has these two love doves or love birds or whatever on the card. I feel like you're meeting someone. I feel like this is a meeting of someone. It does feel like there is something that hasn't worked out, or something that makes you sad and you're tired of being sad, and you kind of get out there and you go to something, or maybe it is even that you let a friend fix you up, or, your friend says, hey, come out to the bar, I'll be with my person, and they're bringing some people, and you're kind of loosely even maybe possibly getting fixed up here. It's like sick and tired of being sad, or sick and tired of being sick and tired, and something really unexpected happens, and it feels like it's out of a book. I keep getting that energy. Whoa. Okay, my God, you guys are... Some of you are really dealing with a lawyer, or you are a lawyer, or you are dealing with someone in law enforcement, or you are, oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, you've got someone you've been waiting on. There's this, whew, Lord, this is insane the way this is coming out. Honestly, you could not even make this up. I feel like you have been waiting for some time for someone to settle something in court or make something official. You feel like a third party situation. I feel like it's in your own relationship because something isn't official or whatever. This could also be a situation where you are dealing with someone in law enforcement, or who is a lawyer or a judge or something like that. Could even be like military. And I feel like that they may have prioritized their work, or they may say to you like, oh, I need you to understand all of the time, I can't be there, something came up, or, there's just like a perpetual, it feels like prioritizing like work or something over this connection, whether it is like another situation that they're having to get out of, or whether it's their job, or you know what I mean. It's like it could be a lot of things. I don't think that someone's in legal trouble or anything like that. It's like, I don't know, it's like something you've been waiting for, like for things to settle down, or for this person's divorce to be official, or whatever it is. And it's like time just keeps ticking into the future. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're just tired of it. You're just like, okay, enough is enough. I'm done, And so I feel like you even have people around you who are just kind of like, no, don't do it. Don't waste your time on this situation. And I feel like you go somewhere, you meet someone else. And I feel like you are, like, this person is free to give you everything that you want, everything you're looking for, everything that you need. And it feels like it's pretty incredible. It feels like it's an amazing experience that you are finally experiencing, like you're finally getting what you wanted. It may not be from that person. Then again, it could be from that person. That person could, get the judgment that they need to resolve their legal issues, and it could be time for you to be experiencing that. Whatever this next relationship is that's coming up for a lot of you, it feels like this could be the one. You know, you've got the lifetime of love, happily ever after here. You got worth waiting for, and you've got experience love happening here. You also have good outcome with the lovebirds. I mean, look how these cards mirror each other. Like, that's insane. You know, look how thick both of these decks are and how many possibilities of cards could have come out. And the fact that you got the same ones, this is like double confirmation for some of you, I feel like. So I also chose some message cards to put in here. So let's see about these. For Pisces. For Pisces. See, you have this energy. I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. A lot of signs are pointing to you lately. I'm trying to do the honorable thing. Songs are speaking to me. You still hold a piece of my heart. I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. I feel like there is someone, Pisces, and the door isn't closed, but the door never really was fully open because this person was never really fully available. You know, even if there isn't another person here, there was something else that was really occupying this person's top priority kind of place in their life. They're trying to do the honorable thing. They can't give up on their responsibilities right now. You know, you can hear it in even what they're saying to you. And it's like a lot of things are pointing me towards you. Songs are speaking to me. You know, this is spirit moving this person to listen to their heart chakra. You hold a piece of their heart, but it's like they're not. They haven't been. They're sort of like, I'm so beholden to my responsibilities and doing the honorable thing that I'm not showing up for you properly. It could also be, you know, someone that has a contract. Man, first card out is the Death card. Intense. Page of Wands and the Death card. Could be that something has to end for someone to choose what they actually want to choose, what they actually desire. Pisces, there's this feeling of I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being disappointed. I'm sick and tired of feeling like you're not choosing me. I'm sick and tired of crying over this freaking situation. You know, death is death, but it is also rebirth. But it does feel like something that has to end in order for someone to be able to go after what they actually really want. Or it's a transformation that has to take place in order for someone to be free to go after what they want. Damn. Oh my. Okay. The story is heating up quickly today. Wow. All right, we've got death on the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, the opposite. We've got the Ace of Cups on death. Not that it totally matters, but you know, semantics, but still. Golly. Man, I can't. Oh, what is this? Let me just clarify this Ace of Cups real quick. I can't tell if this is, there's something ending so that you can have something new starting here, or if this was a divinely given opportunity in love that someone fumbled. Well, you're getting the dragonfly, which is similar, not the same, but similar to the energy of death. And then you're getting love, which is similar, not the same, but very close to the energy of the Ace of Cups in the same kind of way. And then you have the chaser at the bottom of the deck that says a fear of abandonment, chasing codependence. It's giving me this vibe of something that, oh my God. Pisces, this is one of two things. Either you have had the recognition that something that you are always going to be chasing a dream, asking someone for their attention, trying to get someone to pay attention to you, to make you the priority, trying to, keep yourself out of this energy, by, you know, my God, look at this. Under the chaser is the coffin, which in this deck is new beginnings. It's like Pisces. It's like, I feel like I'm just going to go with this storyline. Something has made you sad because someone didn't choose you. I feel like something had to change in order for someone to choose you. And I feel like it's like you finally have come to this place where you're like, okay, you're not choosing me. You're not going to choose me. And I think there's almost even this acceptance just in the energy of this dragonfly card that like, it isn't about me. It isn't, you're not choosing me because I'm not worth being chosen. You're not choosing me because you aren't a sovereign being. You know, some people use work or a relationship that's broken as a crutch, as something to kind of excuse their avoidant tendencies. It's like, oh, I can't show up for you. I'm too busy with work. I can't, oh, it's getting too serious. Oh, it's making me uncomfortable. Oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed by the amount of feelings I have for you. Okay, work is my shield. Or, this relationship or this other responsibility that I have is my shield. It's my protector. It's something I keep in my life to the level and degree that I keep it in order to not have to face what I have to face, okay? But Pisces, I feel for the majority of you, the scenario is this. You are realizing that you have to choose yourself. You have to choose self-love here. And that you deserve love, and you deserve someone's full attention, and you deserve the richness of life and all that someone who is free to offer that to you can offer you. And so you're choosing yourself here, and you're putting something to an end. And this is a really hard thing, but it's also the most loving thing you can do for yourself. And when you make big choices like this, the universe really listens. The universe really pays attention. The universe is like, oh, you finally know what you deserve. Oh, you're not willing to accept that from that person anymore. Oh, maybe you deserve to experience love, the full thing, the whole of it. Someone who's free to offer you everything that you deserve and is fully capable of reciprocating that to you. You've got the Page of Wands here with the Hangman in reverse. I mean, the Hangman upright. The Hangman's always a little bit in reverse, right? I mean, it's the card of Pisces. You've got fish swimming in both directions, right? But sometimes we have to go backward in order to be able to go forward, properly. And that's sort of what this is giving me with the Page of Wands, being clarified by the Hangman. Because it's like, before I'm ready to move on, sometimes I gotta look at the past and I gotta learn what I can from it. And, maybe what you're learning from the past is that you're holding on to this person, or you're being with someone who was so detached or had such different priorities than you. That was your own way of avoiding. That was your own, internal avoidant, attachment style. That was like, okay, well, as long as I tell myself I'm with this person that's totally unavailable, I don't have to really face the music. I can sort of live superficially and always be in a perpetual state where it's not really my fault that I'm not progressing romantically, or I'm not moving toward greater vulnerability or emotional intimacy. Who knows what you've learned by looking back on this, or by getting a deeper read on it. I'm not like, I don't know why the word accusing came into my mind, because I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just offering this as an example, because a lot of times, we do we put our focus out external to us so that we don't have to look inside. And so a lot of times when our focus is really outside ourselves, and I mean, I'm saying this as a human being that also catches herself doing this as well, right? Which is why I know it, because I've done it many times, many times, and I always regret it. Ooh, if I could catch myself. Ooh. But let me tell you, we put our focus external to us. You know, we'd all rather focus on someone else's problems than look at our own. We'd all rather, you know, say, well, I'm not necessarily responsible for that. There's nothing I can really do. I can't really change that, you know, so that we don't have to do anything. But really, well, why are we attached to that? Why are we allowing that? Like, the answer lies within us. You know, we're not going to find it outside of us. But looking inside is always harder. It's always much more difficult. But it seems to me that in your processing of this, or in your hangman of this situation, you really discover what you really want, and you actually prepare yourself for the journey and kind of start to begin to take the first steps. And you have the hangman with the sun. These both are cards of incredible clarity. Like, the vision of what you needed to know and where you're going and what you're looking for and what you're open to is almost so bright in your mind that it's singed on your eyeballs. You know what I mean? It's like you can close your eyes and manifest and visualize and everything. And you know, when your vision is that clear, you don't need a face. You don't need a name. Because those are not the important parts of the vision. The vision, what is the most important part of the vision is how it makes you feel and how it feels to be in that situation. And when you get to that place with it, you are almost manifesting all of the time because you're feeling it. And, you know, one of the most powerful manifestations is acting as if you already have it, you know, walking around like, oh yeah, you know, I have this amazing relationship, you know, my soulmate is here. But the sun can talk about a reconciliation of soulmates. So it is almost as if I have to free myself. I have to put an end to this so that I am open to what it is I really want. Because as long as I stay here, this is my crutch, and this is preventing me from really being open to what I really want. The universe hears all the musings of our mind. And so we cannot fool the universe, right? So you don't want to be crying anymore. You really want to embrace health, happiness, well-being, vitality, vibrancy, the good things in life, joy. You know, you really want companionship. And it feels, Pisces, as if you even sort of know that its arrival is imminent, and it's, you know, it's available for you as long as you're willing to release the things that don't work for you. All right, let's see. This is a very different reading than the readings that we have been getting lately. So I'm very, this is very interesting. Okay. Wow. I mean, holy shit. Like, it is as if you have had some kind of great awakening, Pisces, and it is really fueling your movements here. You know, with the Four of Coins and the Ten of Cups, it's like you're realizing that holding on to something is really occupying you much more than you think it is. And it's really very empty and very dark. And it's like, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I signed up for, to just hold on to the scraps that I have. And to try to just keep that. No. When did I get this off kilter? What I really want and what I really deserve is the Ten of Cups, emotional contentment with another person. With the Knight of Swords, it's like, now that I have this truth, now that I see what it is I really want, I cannot wait to like free myself from everything that is keeping me stuck in this energy, and kind of go out there into these lofty expectations and hopes and dreams and goals again of finding someone who can be, you know, who's also looking for emotional contentment with another person. You have the Devil on the bottom of the deck. This is something that really got you off kilter, Pisces. This really got you out of your own energy. you have the Queen of Swords underneath it. You definitely know, and you definitely are trying to cut yourself off from this shit. Oh my God, excuse my language. This devil is like someone else's stuckness, someone else being tied down to something that they refuse to break themselves free from. And you becoming attached to them has made you attached to this stuckness. And you're realizing that the stuckness isn't even yours. The only reason you're stuck is because you're stuck to this person, and you are setting yourself free, Pisces. You have had the awakening, you've had the epiphany with the Hangman and the Sun, and you are setting yourself free here of this. You may have even become completely obsessed with it, where you were not even thinking about other options or alternatives, or you weren't really thinking about anything. You were just so freaking focused on holding on to the thing that you had, or that, you know, you were afraid to let go of, or that you wanted more of. So you held on to the scraps that you had of it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you realize this was not in resonation with your soul. I feel like you realize that this was creating some kind of blockage in your life, some kind of conflict, and you were like, I'm done with it. And you walked away from it. I mean, point blank and period. You know, you got the Queen of Swords here. It's like sometimes you realize, yep, you were a soulmate, but you were just a lesson, buddy. And now I'm cutting myself clear, and I've learned the lesson. I am seeing clearly now. The Queen of Swords always sees things very, very clearly. And there's no going back. You know, now that I see this truth, I'm not interested in anything that you really have to say. I'm interested in learning what I learned from the situation, so that I don't find myself in the same situation again, basically. Yeah, with the Six of Coins here on the bottom of the deck, I mean, you're very focused on reciprocity, and someone who's already connected to someone else cannot reciprocate. Or if they're, you know, if their priority is going to be anything other than you, and you're making them your top priority, they can't reciprocate. And if you want a connection where you are each other's top priority, you know, I know what they say about always keeping God ahead of everybody else, and always keeping yourself ahead of everybody else. And so, you know, okay, fine, in the same priority field as God and yourself, or whatever that looks like for you, you know, then you have to cut it off, because they cannot ever give you the same thing that you can give them, and they cannot give you what you deserve. So you have this like Two of Wands here, and then you have the Tower with the Eight of Swords. You had been going around and around and around. My God, Pisces, like with the Four of Pentacles and this Eight of Swords, both of these energies are giving me the strongest feeling of like, I totally lost sight of something here. You know, it's like I became so convinced that I needed to hold on to this, and that this was the only thing worth holding on to, and that this meant everything to me, and that without this, I was floundering or something. I don't know, heartbroken. I don't know, that the sea of suffering would unleash within my life if I let go of this. You know, and it kept you on some freaking loop that was. It's like, it feels to me like it almost had nothing to do with you. It feels to me that it was way away from your center. It's, you know, sometimes you see this where, I've seen this in my friend. I have a friend who is really, really beautiful. And she... like a lot of times I think she feels that people are interested in her or want to date her because she's beautiful. And they usually make a lot of comments about her physical appearance. And, you know, it's discouraging, because she is very intelligent, very articulate, very spiritual. She is, you know, she's a really beautiful human being, very well rounded, very well educated. Just, she's done so much work on herself. She's traveled all over the world. She's, you know, she's a pretty remarkable woman. And to be just so reduced to, well, you're pretty, you know, and to kind of have it stuck there. And then not only that, but when she does give someone a chance, when she thinks, well, there's a glimmer of hope there, they're an intelligent person, they're this, they're that, they're spiritual, they're going to see that in me, we can have conversations about it. And she lets them in, then a lot of times they have preconceived notions about really beautiful people. And my friend, you know, just doesn't relate to her physical beauty as important. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you know, it almost makes her more beautiful, to be honest with you, because she is so effortless. And it's annoying, but it's also fabulous. But she's amazing. She's really, I mean, she's amazing. And like, when you listen to her tell stories, you're just like, oh my God, you know, you just cannot believe how people approach her and how they get so hung up in the packaging that she comes in that they literally lose their damn minds. And then they start projecting all of their insecurity onto her. And you know, she's a very thoughtful, well-studied, smart woman who can see this stuff happening. And also, it's been her experience forever. So she's experienced, she's like, oh, here's the part where this happens. Oh God. You know, and so then they get insecure, then they're afraid she's going to cheat on them, then it's like this whole song and dance kind of thing, and it's just so annoying. And she tries to be really patient. She feels like, well, if I could just get past all of that, then I could get to the good stuff. But it's like she only ever gets to this certain place where it's kind of like a guy like gets to the place where they just can't squelch their insecurities in being with her, and they go, peace out, I'm done, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And every single time, and it's like, oh my God, it's so frustrating, because she's invested, she's looking for all the good things in this person, she's, you know, I can't even remember why we started down this path, but of this conversation, but the thing is that she, I have no idea why I'm talking about this, or why I'm going down this path, or why I'm telling this whole entire story about my friend. It's so bizarre. That doesn't usually happen to me. Or at least I like to think it doesn't. Lord, what was it? I'm looking over here. She'll always say to me, you know what, if a guy comes up to me and the first things that he says to me are something about the way I look or my physical appearance, I'm just done. I'm not even gonna give him a chance. I'm just gonna be like, no, see ya. And then she'll do that for months, and she will have no one to talk to, because every single human comes at her like that. She's like, even women, like even in meetings, they come up to her like that. Like, oh my God, you know, like she's like, they're either commenting on my clothes, or they're commenting on my smile or my eyes, or, you know, and I'm just like, oh my God, that would suck. I mean, you don't think that sucks, but it would suck. Like, man. Anyway, I don't know why we're going through all of that, but there is just something here where it has something to do with getting lost in thinking about someone the wrong way. Yes, this is exactly what it is. So it's like, oh my God. Okay, so, oh my God. You guys, this is the weirdest thing. Like, so many messages just hit me at the same time. That came flooding back to me. Like, what is going on here? The thing about it is, we can get really bogged down and lost in thinking about someone in the wrong way, you know, and in doing so, we can almost miss like what our intuition is trying to tell us, like what is really there, you know. And it's like, if someone isn't, you know, it's like how people look at her and they think, oh, she's pretty, and they stop right there. And then they start comparing themselves, is what I think happens, to her. And then in comparison, they feel small and they feel unattractive. And, you know, so somebody who normally is pretty confident enough to walk up to her in the first place, suddenly is like, oh, I'm not confident anymore, you know? Because they got so hung up on her beauty, and then they forget the rest of the picture. Well, in this way, here's what I'm saying, is that this is sort of one of those things where it's like you get caught up in someone else's beauty to the place where it's sort of like you don't see like all the rest of it. And, you know, it's like losing sight of the bigger picture in your life. It's like the reason you gave this person a chance in the first place, or the reason that you willingly sort of fell in love with this person or gave them access to you, was because what you were looking for was the 10 of Cups. And so we always find what we're looking for. So so then you're looking for the 10 of Cups. So then you're looking at that person and you're seeing all the ways in which they're your 10 of Cups. Maybe you're finally ready for the 10 of Cups. Maybe you're, you know, just add another layer onto it, right? And so then that person becomes your vision of the 10 of Cups. Maybe they're married. Maybe they're married to their work. Maybe they're whatever. But you get so kind of zoomed in on that's my 10 of Cups that you lose sight of the fact that they're making you cry. You lose sight of the fact that they are not there in reality, and that your reality in holding on to this person is a cold, lonely, dark place. And that not only are they not the 10 of Cups, you know, because they're not showing up because they're married to their work, or they're married to somebody, or they got something else. But either you have convinced yourself or they have convinced you that the only thing you can do is sort of like hold on and either wait for them to be ready, or, you know, because I feel like I'm holding on to avoid this torrent of emotion. I'm holding on in order to avoid a tidal wave, like the tower here. And so it's like I stay stuck in this thinking so that this doesn't happen. I'm safe and I'm okay here, and the tower is still standing, and my back is turned, and I have a veil over, and I can't see anything else, and I'm totally trapped, and I'm totally stuck in this small place all by myself here. But I'm not experiencing this. And it's like, in some weird way, I just totally want to call my friend right now and tell her that I had this whole thing happen in this reading. But what I'm getting is, you know, if the people that were interested in her went beyond her beauty and realized how intelligent she is, and realized how spiritual she is, and realized everything else that she is, it would be like a tower moment. It would be like a tidal wave. They would be so in love, they wouldn't be able to get out of it. They wouldn't be able to survive it. Wow, so crazy. Like they're intentionally avoiding it. Like they're so taken by her beauty that they can't go beyond it. Weird. Anyway, whatever that message is for you, take what resonates, leave the rest, do whatever you need to there. But there is something here where it's like somehow we let ourselves get into a cyclical way of thinking that always led back to the same person or to the same thing, because we didn't want to, we were trying to avoid the ending. We were trying to avoid what we would feel if it was really truly over. But avoiding that ending is also keeping us from the 10 of Cups. It's also keeping us from being emotionally content, because that person can't offer it to you, or they would have. That person isn't showing up in that way. And I'm not saying that for everyone across the board. I'm not trying to say that whoever your person is not going to work out. Like, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying currently, right now, if this is you, if you're alone with these thoughts that go round and around and are leading you back to this person, but you're alone all the time, that you're not in the 10 of Cups when you're in that energy. And so it is about avoiding the loss of the potential of the 10 of Cups with this person or something like that. It's like trying to keep the tower together by doing so in our thoughts. Okay, take it however it resonates, take it however you want to. Okay, and not every reading is for everyone, and it doesn't need to resonate, and if it doesn't, that's also fine, right? Okay, but there is something really freaking amazing coming in this reading, and I can feel it right here. You have this 5 of Wands with the 2 of Wands. It comes to the point where the conflict within you is so great because you're not moving on, because you're staying stagnant. You have this little voice, this little niggle inside, niggle, whatever they call it, that is saying to you, hey, you don't want to be stuck. Hey, you're only stuck because you're attached to someone who's stuck. You're not actually stuck. You can take your sword out and you can cut this off and you can go in your own direction. You're not the stuck one. This is your decision. You can release us from this internal conflict anytime that you want. Wow. Man, you got the Wheel of Fortune with the 4 of Wands in reverse, clarifying this 2 of Wands. And then you've got, let's see, what is this? The 9 of Swords in reverse and the 6 of Swords upright with the 2 of Cups upright. Wow. Clarifying that Tower and that, the Tower and the 8 of Swords. Oh, Jesus, yeah. This is that moment when we realize, oh, wow, this is fucking amazing. Tarot, yes. Okay, wow. Oh my God. Okay, the thing is, we don't have control over outside circumstances, okay? We don't have control over fate. We don't have control over the universe. We don't have control over someone else and their ability to commit or their ability to show up, right? We may try very hard to manifest with the 4 of Wands. Like, we may try to call down the reality that we want from the ethers, but when it doesn't come and it doesn't come and it doesn't come and the Wheel of Fortune does not turn in our favor, there's something that we need to kind of look at, you know, when a door is closed, you know, and it doesn't seem to be opening and it doesn't seem to be working and we don't seem to be getting any closer to this, then we have a choice. We can double down on this and we can stay with this and we can just hope that it's going to eventually change, or we can say there's a reason why this isn't working out. Let me look toward the future. Let me come back to my center. What was it I was looking for to begin with? What am I looking for now? Have I changed in the process? Is what I'm looking for changed? Have I grown? Have I gotten to a place where I can accept abandonment? I can accept, you know, someone not choosing me. I can accept, you know, all of these things. Like, have I actually grown through this experience into someone who is really ready for commitment, who is really ready for emotional contentedness? Am I tired of being avoidant myself, or am I tired of not having what I want to the place where I'm ready to make a different decision? That's our question. Our question is, we can choose the same thing and we can continue on this karmic wheel, right? And we can learn this lesson again. We can go through another cycle of it, or we can make a different choice and we can get a different outcome, right? So then we have that 8 of Swords with the Tower here. The Tower is always an opportunity for a breakthrough. When I first started reading tarot, I tell this sometimes. I used to get all hot and sweaty and just like really upset every time I saw the Tower, because every time I ever experienced a Tower in my life, it was just, I considered it really awful. And, you know, sometimes living through it the first time is awful. Like, just getting through it sucks. But usually what happens on the other end is that it's cleared the path for something new and something amazing. And it's like when I review my life and I look back on all the towers that ever fell, they really were clearing space for a bigger version of me. It's like a snake shedding their skin. And that's towers are a gift. They're an absolute beautiful divine gift. And sometimes we're trying to avoid it. You know, sometimes we're trying to be like, no, I don't want a tower. I don't want a tower because it's uncomfortable and it sucks and it's awkward and nobody likes it. But what almost always happens on the other side of it is beautiful and is remarkable. Because you know what card comes after the tower? The freaking star. And when we trust the universe, and we really, really trust the universe, and we trust ourselves, and we trust that this is a benevolent and good universe, and that if it isn't this, then it's going to be something better. And that sometimes something that's not working has to totally fall apart. And it sucks, like no one really likes to let go of something that they've gotten really accustomed to or really fond of. But when you let go of it and it's not working and you let go of it, guess what? The universe comes marching in with something better. It really does. But you've got to let go of it in order to have space for the new and the better to come in. And here you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Why are you holding on to that? Chances are it's more love than, it's more fear than love. We tell ourselves it's love. Well, I've never felt that way about anyone else. But a lot of times, guys, it really is attachment. And it really is like, and please know that I'm not saying, oh, if this reading's for you, you're attached or not in love. No. I think love is so beautiful. There's just not enough of it. If you love someone, then by God, by all means, love them. But love does not mean I have to go to sleep next to you and wake up in the morning next to you. And you know that because if you are in separation from your person and you still love them, you know that physical presence is not required for love. Love is an energy. And love will continue on forever. Always. That's how we know, like when you love someone so friggin' much and they die, they're always tethered to you. They're always a part of you. You all are always loving them. You never stop loving them. You know, my cousins died, gosh, oh my Lord. Well, my one cousin died almost 25 years ago. And the other one died, gosh, like 6 years ago. And let me tell you, I love them just as much today as I ever did in my life, you know? But a lot of times it's like, if my cousins would have come to me before they died and said, let me go, let me die, I would have been terrified. I would have been filled with fear. I would have been like, no, I need you here. I want you here. But you know what? That's not what life had in store. And they died, you know, and here I am without them. But you find peace. You have the Six of Swords right on top of this, Nine of Swords in reverse. When you can let go of the fear of living without someone, you free yourself to find peace. You do not need anyone to survive. You do not need the physical presence of anyone to survive. And when you find that peace, guess what happens? You find that love that you've been looking for. But you have to work on it within yourself. And it's like, I have people come to me all the time and say, my God, I try to get rid of this connection. I've cut cords. I've done these ceremonies. I've done these rituals. I've done all these things. And it's just like this energy keeps hanging on. And, I feel for you. I really feel for you. And I understand that. I understand that energy of the energy holding on and, not being able to get peace from a situation because, someone's always popping into your thoughts or showing up in your dreams or the signs and the synchronicities around you. And there are really, really, really strong soulmate connections. That is without a doubt. But you know, and to a certain extent in life, that life is full of things we can't control, right? And that's kind of one of those things that maybe we can't control. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But the one thing I do know is we have a choice to react and we have a choice to respond. And when we react and we're like, oh my God, this person's thinking about me. And then we sort of let ourselves start thinking about them. And then we start saying, well, maybe it's for a reason. Well, maybe they're going to, maybe this, maybe that, da 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 da, you know, and we kind of go down that path. Then we're reacting and we're allowing ourselves to go down that path. When we, conversely, and I know because I have a family member who I've excommunicated, who I have dreams about, like comes to me in my dreams, and I know that it's actually them. Like I know I would cut this cord 1,000 times over in every permanent possible way that I possibly could. That is how I feel about this person, to the nth degree. And I know that as long as this person is really alive, they're not gonna really let me go. But the thing is, when I have a dream about that person, and it's always this, I could just go on for days about that. But I wake up and I know that I have the choice. I can either allow this to take me down some crazy ass wormhole where I rehash everything and spend a bunch of time and energy draining myself, you know, coming back to this place where I'm at, you know, where I'm fine without this person. Or I can respond and I can take a breath and I can say, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? I always ask myself that. And then I can say, you know, am I still at peace with the decision that I made, or do I feel like I need to do something different? And it's a much better place. It's a much calmer place. It's a much more peaceful place. And it's a place where it doesn't matter to me that that cord is still there or not there. It doesn't matter to me. It has no effect on me. Because, I mean, you know, I guess it has some effect on me, right? Because I can still have a dream about this person or whatever, and they definitely come through and like with messages and everything. And I can't do anything about that, right? I mean, I can ask Archangel Michael to protect me. I can cut the cords. I can do the same ceremonies. I can do all of that stuff. I don't really do that stuff. Or I can just say, the only thing that I can, is to just not get upset about it and to just look at it and say, okay, what is it trying to tell me? What is it trying to teach me? And then I can let it go. You know, and I pray that everyone is free from suffering. I pray that everyone is, you know, free to love and free in general, and at peace and well. I have no whatever, but it's like, I don't have to let that get me. I don't have to go down that path. It is my choice to stay my pillar of consciousness and to stay in my place and to say, no, I'm good with where I'm at. I'm good with the choices that I've made. And, you know, I'm never too proud or too egotistical to review the choice I made and to ask myself, am I doing the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Like, am I still cool with it? You know, I definitely ask myself that all the time. And you know what? I keep coming to the same conclusion. And so, you know, it's fine. But I don't know why all this is coming up here for you guys, but you have the same choice. You have the same option. You can respond instead of reacting to any emotional cord or tie. And if you find yourself going, but I still want this person, ask yourself why. Why do you still want someone who's not showing up for you, who's not prioritizing, who can't reciprocate to you the same way that you want it? What is the answer to that? That's probably the more important question. I have no judgment toward anyone about anything. I try very, very hard not to. I actually have friends that will call me and say, I'm calling you. I'm just telling you in advance. I'm calling you because you are a space of non-judgment, and that is what I need right now. So I'm not judging. I mean, chances are, if it's a human condition, I'm a human. I've probably been there. I probably relate. I probably understand. And I try very hard to always come from an empathetic and compassionate standpoint, because that's how I want to be treated. And, you know, being a human is not an easy thing. And we do not have a guidebook or a manual, you know, and we're all trying to figure it out the best we can, right? And as I say, my favorite quote in the entire world is Ram Dass: we're all just walking each other home. And so I'm just telling you what I know. I'm not judging you. I'm not anything you. I love you guys to pieces. I love you for all the things I've learned about myself through doing this channel with you, and all the things that I've learned directly from you, you know? Certainly not judging you, but look at this shit, you guys. The Six of Swords leads to the Ace of Cups. Guys, like, come on. You got the Ten of Coins here, the Six of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Cups. You know, if you've ever loved somebody and you've ever built something with somebody, that it is, there's never a day that you're going to have as a human being where that thing doesn't exist within you, or where there's not the energy of love that you held for that space there. But it doesn't have to occupy the forefront of your life. It just doesn't. And this is like, this is one of my favorite Six of Cups in the whole, you know, I have hundreds of decks. This is one of my favorite Six of Cups. And doesn't that just say it all? Just look at that card, and what is your intuition telling you? You know, what is it telling you? It's beautiful, right? It's hard. I know it's hard. It is not easy, but you have something real. Something that can be built day after day, a little bit at a time. When you come to a place of peace, everything is going to transform, including you. Wow. You have the Three of Swords in reverse with the Star card and the King of Coins. You'll heal from the broken heart. And remember what I said, what comes after the Tower? The Star card. Here you are, healed, hopeful, and optimistic about the future again, healthy, balanced. A sense of well-being surrounds you. And you are the wish fulfillment of someone who is here, ready and willing and able to commit, to connect, to be your everything. This is what you're manifesting. You're not chasing, you're attracting it. You're not chasing your own tail in the circle of these thoughts about this person that doesn't show up, and what are they thinking, and what do they want, and where are we? What's happening? You're creating a different and better experience for yourself with this Queen of Wands energy and the Star card energy. All right, Pisces, I'm going to just read some messages here. If you're dealing with a water sign, you've got regret. Your words speak to me like no others can. I am trying to figure things out. No one else matters now. I thought about reaching out, but I don't know what to say. Guys, when I'm reading these, I'm hearing like, so what? After it. Like, where's that getting me? I don't know. All right, let's go for the fire signs. You know, every day, every minute, always, energy is changing. Things are changing, you know. And so if this isn't your reading, like, don't worry. Maybe tomorrow will be. But also, you know, maybe there is a message in here for you that doesn't matter to you now, but will at some point. Resentment. I don't want to let you down. I'm ready for more than just text. I'm making plans. Annoyed. Guarded. I don't know why it's so funny to me that it says annoyed and then guarded. It's like, I think they're annoyed that you're protecting your energy or that you have a boundary up or something. I don't know. It just like, I don't know. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you have triggered. I want a future with you. Stuck. I'm sorry I triggered you. You hit me out of nowhere. And then if you are dealing with an air sign, whoa. You're getting, I won't let you go. Indecisive. If I had only known then what I know now, you are hard to forget, good intentions, and I'm still moved by you. All right, Pisces. Well, this was a real bonding experience. Like I said, I love you guys to pieces. You're amazing, and I just want the whole world for you because I think you deserve it. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. I hope you feel the love because I'm sending it to you. Until next time, bye-bye.